So when I was in high school, I used to work at this ice cream store. It was my first job, and it was also the first job that I got fired from. So it starts junior year of high school, and it was spring break, and I was gonna go to my friend Kayla's grandfather's beach house in Sarasota, Florida. So Kayla is fucking crazy. That's the first thing to know. I actually went because her mom asked me to keep an eye on her.
Oh.
So, we went, and we go to the beach, and it's the white sand. It's so beautiful. And, I went to, camp for 8 years in Wisconsin, and I never wore sunscreen, so I was like, oh, I don't burn, so no problem. I caked my arms and my whole body in tanning oil. I was outside for 4 hours in Florida, and my skin cells were going, oh God, what are you doing to me? By the end of it, I was a tomato. I couldn't move. My chest looked scaly, and my nose was peeling. It was awful. And Kayla's first thought is, oh, it's perfect time to go pick up guys. We meet up with our other friend Jenny, who happened to be there, and she's like this beautiful, wide-eyed redhead that looks like she's out of an old 50s movie. And Kayla is really tall, blonde. She looks like a supermodel, and then there was me waddling behind them. So Kayla's first thought is, let's get a watermelon. All right, we're gonna ask guys to break it for us. So we get a watermelon, and we go on the beach, and we meet these frat guys, and they're like, yeah, we can break that watermelon. I'm like, yay! I can't move, so that's perfect. So they take the watermelon, and they just throw it on the rock in the middle of an ocean, and it went everywhere, and nobody ate it. So we needed a plan B, and our plan B was, let's get some white t-shirts and tell people that there's a contest. Whoever gets the most signatures, we can go up to guys and get their numbers. It's a good way to break the ice. So we're walking around, it's me, Kayla, and Jenny. And we go up to guys that like to draw penises on our shirts, and writing those little notes hope you win, or you're really sexy, can I touch your butt? Just immature, spring break happenings. And we're on the beach, and we meet these 3 Russian guys. And there are 3 of them, there are 3 of us. You can tell they're kind of feeling us, they think we're funny. And 2 of them are really into Jenny and Kayla, and they're gorgeous. And I'm a tomato. So me and the third guy are not feeling each other quite, and we're like, you know what, we're just gonna wing it out because we want our friends to get lucky. It was fine. It was totally fine. So we agree to go on a date with them. Kayla gets back from smoking whatever they were smoking.
Oh.
And you know what? We actually ended up going back to Kayla's house, and we were going to take Kayla's grandfather's car. Kayla's grandfather's car hadn't been to the mechanic in 10 years. It smelled like feet. And the brakes took about 5 extra seconds to start working, to kick in. It was ridiculous. So these guys didn't have a car, so we had to drive to the suburbs. We get there, it was fine. I'm like, guys, I don't really want to go. Kayla's mom is like, please go. So I go, I'm on them. I'm 17 at this point. Kayla is 16. She's had her license for about 3 weeks. And Jenny's in the back. So we meet up with these guys. Only 2 of them show up. And there's only 5 seats in the car, so I don't know how a third guy would have showed up in the first place. But now I'm just supervising this double date. And these guys are mid-20s, and I'm like, they actually lied to the guys. They said that they were 18, not 17. So they get in the car. So Kayla's here, I'm in the passenger, Jenny's in back with these 2 older dudes, and we get going on the highway. And Kayla is just like a daredevil. She will... she's bipolar too, so she's really impulsive. And there's a guy in the car next to us. He was in a yellow Jeep with no doors, and he was egging her on to race him. So Kayla slams her foot in the brake, and we start booking it. And she's going 105 maybe at this point. The guy next to us is going 90, so we zoom past him. But then our exit was right over there, and the Russian guy in back is it's sexy when girls drive fast. I turned around and just gave him a death glare. Are you fucking kidding me? This girl is she's driving like a maniac. So this guy is right here, and our exit is right off the highway, and then we're driving and driving and driving, and Kayla's starting to veer over, and we just missed the car. and we were totally okay. This car just kept going. We got off on our exit, but the thing that no one was prepared for was that there was a stoplight right off the exit. So Kayla is going 75 still, and she's not paying attention to the guy's red light. She's paying attention to the guy's brake lights in front of her, and she says that he broke late, and she slams on the brake. I had to process this in about 3 seconds. My legs were actually up on the dashboard, and I had about like 2 seconds to take my feet down and process what had happened before we crashed into the other car, heard the crunching of metal. The airbags went off. My head actually went into the windshield and cracked it. And you know what? I couldn't hear anything right after. It sounded like there were 2 seashells like over my ears. So I'd get out of the car, I'm like hyperventilating. And miraculously, like I'm totally good. Like I was and you know, the cops show up and the guy in front of us looks like the angry man from Up. He's just like pissed off. And, you know, like at first I was like, holy shit, no one got hurt. So the cops show up and they're asking us all for our ages and names. And this is my favorite part because I got to say, my name's Sophia and I'm 17. And they got busted. So the Russian guys figured out that they were, you know, underage. Made them feel a little creepy. And Kayla's mom showed up, and Kayla's mom is the homie. Like, she's fucking awesome. And she comes up to me, she's like, Sophia, are you okay? What happened? And I was like, you know, Kayla, it wasn't really her fault. Like, the guy broke late, and it was totally fine. And, you know, just 2 cars got totaled. And I turned to my right, and as the cops are filling out the paperwork, and I'm trying to cover Kayla's ass, I turn to the right, and Kayla is making out with the Russian dude. Oh, right next to her, Jenny starts making out with the other Russian dude.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. What are you guys doing? And you know, I'm still trying to cover for Kayla. I'm like, she's not a bad driver, I swear. It's been 3 whole weeks. You know? And I get home, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tell my parents what happened over the phone. So I actually, I told them what happened. They were like, holy shit, you're never hanging out with her again. I go back to my job, and they actually told me that I never told them that I was leaving for Florida. So they fired me. And I was like, you know what? I almost died. I kind of don't care. And 2 weeks later, the manager that fired me got fired, and I got my job back.
Hey!
That was spring break.